Hello and welcome to Microsoft Excel tutorial from IT. This is tutorial number 58, and in this tutorial we're going to talk about some text related functions. So let's get started. So the very first function we're going to talk about is left, and this takes out some n number of characters from the left hand side of a string. So if I say equals to left, and from which string you want to take out, so I want to take out from this string, and then you see the number of characters is optional. So if I don't specify anything, it's just gonna take out just one character from the left hand side. So when I press enter, I just get I from IT Army. And then if I say comma 2, it takes out two characters from the left hand side. Then we have equals right, it takes out n number of characters from the right hand side. So if I say comma 4, and then it gives me army. And then also we have option for mid, so it takes out some n number of characters from middle equals to mid, from which text you want to take out, comma what is the starting position. So I want to take out from position number 4, comma how many characters you want, so I want 3 characters. So press enter and I get arm. Then we have find function, so equals find, and you can see it says that it's gonna return the position of that string that you are searching for, and this is case sensitive. So when I say find, I'm looking for army, comma in this text, and enter, you see you are getting hash value because it didn't find army with a in small. But if I replace a with capital A, and it gives me 4. Then we have equals search. Now these two are confusing. The only difference between them, this is case sensitive, the find is case sensitive, and this is case insensitive. So when I say equals search, you can say it's written in the tooltip, it is not case sensitive. So search, and syntax is same. I'm looking for army all in a small, and within which text I'm looking for in cell B3, and enter, and then it gives you the value. And also we have one more optional parameter over here that specifies from which position you want to start searching. Then we have quite easy len, that returns the length of the text. So if I select this and I press enter, it tells that total 7 characters are there. And then we have some fancy text over here, mix of upper and lowercase letter. Then we have these functions upper, lower, and proper. As name suggests, is going to convert this text to uppercase. So I can say equals to upper of this text, it's now all upper, equals to lower of this text is lower, equals to proper of this text, it means every word's first letter in capital, so you get proper case. Now talking about concatenation, I have my name here, and then I can join 2 strings or 3 strings together. How to join it? Using the concatenation operator. This works with the string, so I can say equals the first name, ampersand, the last name, and enter. So it joins the 2 strings, and if you want to have in between, you can give arbitrary space. So you can say double quotes, space, double quotes, and ampersand. So it's gonna take the first string from this cell, then it's gonna put string a space in between, and then second one from B17. When I press enter key, you get the first name, space, last name. Same thing can be done using a function, and the name of that function is concatenate, and I can say equals to concatenate, you can see, and in the tooltip you can understand that it says dot dot, it means you can have maximum 255 arguments passed over here. So I want to concatenate the first name, comma, then space, comma, and then the last name from B17, and enter, and you get the same result. So it's your preference, you want to use ampersand for concatenation or you use the concatenate function. Now talking about the comparison between strings, so sometimes maybe you need to compare 2 strings, so I can use the normal equals operator. We talked about that in previous videos. So I can say equals to is apple equal to apple with all letters in small, and by default this comparison is case insensitive, so it's gonna return true. But if you want to perform the exact same case match, so in that case you can use equals to exact, and then the first string, comma, the second string, and enter, it says false. But if I make this exactly same case, then it's gonna return true. So this is how we can do the comparison, case insensitive comparison and case sensitive comparison. Then we have that function called replace, and as you can get from the name that it's gonna replace some characters from a string, or you can also perform insert operation using that. So what I can do is I can say equals to replace. What is the old text? This is the old text, and from which position you want to start replacing. So I say position number 1, and how many characters you want to replace, comma 1. And what is the new text? So after replacing the first character, I want to replace with letter C, and I press enter. So you can see the first letter from here got replaced by C. Now if you don't want to replace, you want to perform insert operation, you can simply say 0. So whatever content is there already, it will be there, and at position number 1 it's gonna insert this text C, so it becomes C hello. And then we have the substitute. It's again quite confusing, that replace, what is the difference between replace and substitute. Now I'm going to show you how substitute works. In case of replace, you are specifying from which position how many characters need to be replaced by what text. Over here you need to specify what text is to be replaced by what text. So if I say here we have a text Kiki, so I can say equals to substitute, and this is the text I want to substitute, and within that text I'm going to look for Ki, and I want to replace with Ka, and enter, and Kiki becomes Kaka. Now over here, if you want to put limitation that not all the occurrences you want to replace, you want to replace only the first occurrence, you can say comma 1, it replaces the first occurrence, it becomes Kaki. And if you make it 2, and it becomes Kika. So it's your preference that how you want to use it, but by default it replaces all the occurrences. Now coming on to the function called as number value. So in some regional settings they use dot as a thousand separator and comma as a decimal separator, and if you want to use that within your Excel, then maybe you need to extract out some value using number value. So I can say equals to number value, and you can see I have typed this text and it is not taken as a number. If it has taken as number, it would align automatically to the right side. So what I can do is I can say equals to number value, and this is the text, and over here consider dot as the comma as the decimal separator. So it's asking for decimal separator, I put comma within double quotes, that comma is my decimal separator, comma. Now it's asking what is the group separator in this text. So in our case we have dot as the group separator, so I put dot within double quotes and enter. Now you can see it has identified that it is 1,500,900.50. So this is all the text, and still we have a lot of other text. Maybe we'll be covering in a lot of future videos, but as of now we are going to talk about all these text. So hope you found this video useful. If you have any other questions or comments, please post in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.